All right, it shows I'm on, but I can't see Bill. Hey, you got me? Can't hear you, Bill. Is your headset on? Well, while Bill figures out his audio issue, I'm going to go ahead and say today's show is brought to you by Ensemble Co-working, Fort Worth's hub for private offices, co-working, meeting space, and virtual mail. Find your perfect workspace at ensemblecoworking.com. Bill, still don't have me? You can hear me, but I can't hear you, correct? Oh, it looks like Bill's muted. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties to start the new year. Bill, unmute yourself from your side. You're unmuted on my side. You might be muted. Is it on? So you can hear me. We just can't hear you. Oh. You guys can hear me. About now, can you hear me? About now? Oh, they can hear me. Okay. They can hear me. They just can't hear you. Okay. Well, while Bill's trying to figure out his problems, the plan tonight was to go over some NFL playoff coaching changes, which was on Bill's side. We were going to hit some quick hitters, and then we were going to talk about the college football playoffs, some of the key portal entries, possibly some of what's to come, possibly changes with the portal in the future, because it seems like the Wild West now. And then, Bill?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Got Bill now. Yay!
Oh my gosh, there we go. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy New Year. All right, we're
oh my God, Happy New Year. It's been so long since I've seen that beautiful face.
We got to get rolling now. All right.
So let's get after it.
So quick hitters, man. Unfortunately, yesterday Jordan Shipley was in an accident on his ranch. Apparently, he was operating a piece of machinery on his ranch, and I guess it exploded, and he basically had burns over 20% of his body. Fortunately, a worker there on the ranch was able to get him to the hospital, where they care flighted him to an emergency hospital in Austin. He's in stable but critical condition. He's given up the hook'em. I think he's going to be okay, but prayers out to Texas legend Jordan Shipley. In case you guys didn't know, I named my son Jackson after Jackson Shipley, so I'm a big, firm lover of the Shipley family. So prayers out to him on a speedy recovery. The next quick hitter that I have, former Texas Longhorn Parker Livingston, who we christened to be the next Jordan Shipley. Which that's so far out the window now. He has turncoated to the Oklahoma Sooners. We're going to talk about that more later. That's unbelievable. I don't even know what to say about that.
For the same amount of money, John, it wasn't more money.
Yeah, I'm a little baffled by this one.
Yeah,
we'll talk more about it later in the show. The Stars are on a 6-game skid. I know they were winning at the intermission, 1-0. But goalie's got to figure that out. The Rangers are being cheap. Big shock. Everyone's surprised there. Texas basketball is atrocious, but do not fear. Schloss is on the way, and the Texas baseball team is going to be very, very good. Very, very, very good. So
let's go.
The boys are going to be ridiculous. So
let's go.
That's all I got for quick hitters. The Mavs are the Mavs. They suck most of the time. They win a game every night. I think they won one last night.
Cooper Flagg's a stud, though.
Cooper Flagg is a stud. That's 100%.
He is that guy.
Rumors going around that they're trying to trade AD. His stock is in the tank. That's not going to happen. They're saying he wants to extend and stay here. I was like, yeah, I bet you do. For free.
For free. That's good, man. I don't blame you on that one.
But so, we'll jump into some NFL talk. There was one big firing, man, that I could not believe it. They were stupid for doing it, and that's John Harbaugh.
Agreed.
That's where I would like to start. But the NFL is your thing. Let's take it away.
Well, man, we're going to start with we've got some. We're going to talk about the playoffs here in a little while, but let's just talk about a few of these coaching changes.
Yeah.
It was Black Monday is always the first Monday after the season is when all the regular season is when all the coaches that didn't make the playoffs or failed to meet expectations are canned. I mean, you had some of them, weren't shut. Dayball was already let go during the season. The Falcons with Raheem Morris, they played well late, but it wasn't enough to save his job.
That one kind of surprised me. I thought they were going to give him another year, but
I kind of did too. But I don't blame them. I don't know that they're going anywhere super special. Callahan was also let go during the season, and we'll get back to the Tennessee opening here in a little while. I've heard one special name that you and I both know very well is interviewing for that job. Actually, two, I think. Two former Cowboys coaches are interested in that job.
One by the name of Red J.
Jay Jeezy. But the big one, obviously, is John Harbaugh. And he immediately, when he became available, he moved to the top of a whole lot of lists.
I heard seven teams.
7 teams, which is how many, which is about, just one less than how many let go. I'm hearing it. On one hand, I'm kind of surprised with John Harbaugh, but he just has not been getting it done lately. They missed the playoffs on a failed field goal.
Yeah.
If he makes that field goal and they go to the playoffs, does that change? Or is he out, as soon as the playoffs are over, unless he wins the Super Bowl?
I mean,
he had kind of topped out where he was, and I'm hearing he lost the locker room, and I think it may have something to do with. I think I don't think Lamar Jackson and a few of the other people were very happy with the OC Todd Monken. Monken. And from what I understand, Harbaugh was very reluctant to fire him.
Okay.
And he kind of balked at that. He didn't really want to do it. So they kind of went in another direction. John Harbaugh's a fantastic coach.
Oh, yeah.
And to me, and I hate this, and I don't want him to go here, but to me, man, if I'm him and the Giants is giving me the money, I mean, you're going there, you got a young quarterback, very talented, franchise quarterback
who can move.
You got a stud receiver. If he comes back healthy, you got a stud receiver, Malik Neighbors. You got some pieces on your defense.
Basically, you got to draft a running back, right? Maybe add some more to the back end of that defense, and I mean, you've got a great defensive line. You got to add to the offensive line, of course, as well. But now, mind you, I'm an offensive line guy. I'm an offensive line coach. I'm a trench guy. I'm a firm believer you build on the inside out, right? So I start with the line and build out, right? So, before you draft the franchise quarterback, you want to build the line. But, man, if Dallas had fired Mike McCarthy this season, if this was, if this was last year and they had fired Harbaugh, I would say, Jerry, you better pick up the phone and call him right away. Now,
I heard people calling for fire Brian Schottenheimer and hire Harbaugh, which you're not going to, and no. That's not cool. It's just not. No. But the thought was not totally. It was not. I was not totally objecting to that thought, and I like Schotty.
No, I like Schotty. I mean, listen, you cannot blame this season on Schotty. The offense was there.
The offense was humming most of the year.
The defense was effing abysmal. It was abysmal.
And they remedied that by letting Eberflus go.
Yeah.
The guys that I would love to see coaching this defense are probably guys that I don't know that one of them's available, and the other one, he may end up getting a head coaching job. I would love to see Steve Spagnuolo here.
Mm-hmm. He's won a couple Super Bowls.
Yeah, he has. The man knows that. Man knows a lot about defense. And Brian Flores, in my opinion, is one of the best in the league right now. I would love to see Brian Flores here.
Yeah.
They need a lot of help on that defensive side. They've got 2 first-round picks, and I'm hoping that I saw something today that'd be like and Jeff Kavanaugh, who's formerly of 105.3 The Fan, and he's on DLLS Sports.
Kavanaugh. I love him.
Love me some Jeff Kavanaugh. He scouts a lot. He knows his stuff. And I saw a little video with him today, and he mentioned fixing the Cowboys' problems. And that's taking, they want continuity. Let's just take guys from one spot.
Yeah.
And I'm all about that. I would love to see Caleb Downs here.
Yep.
They mentioned Caleb Downs at 12 and Sonny Styles, the linebacker, at 19.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be mad at all. And they said continuity even. They said let's get Matt Patricia to coach the defense.
We can't call him Fat Patricia anymore. He lost much weight.
No, that's right. He looks good. He looks good now.
He does look good.
Fat Patricia anymore.
He's trim and trite.
But the man also knows defense, and I would not be opposed to him being here.
Yep.
So that's a pipe dream. None of those 3, we're probably not going to get any of them, but a guy can dream.
Yeah.
But like I said, go ahead.
No, we talked earlier, and you're like, man, I'd really like to see Spags, and you said Brian Flores, and I think I made a joke, and I was like, that means we'll probably end up with Jim Tomsula or something like that.
Yes, please, God. I was like, I hope he's kidding. I swear to God, I hope he's kidding,
man,
because I could not stomach that.
Another guy that kind of makes sense, and I would like to see him. He's never been a DC. I think he's a D-backs coach or corners coach or a safety coach or something like that. Al Harris. I'd like to see him here. That would make he was here.
I thought about that one too.
He was here. I'd like to give him a chance. I mean,
you think Al could run a whole defense?
Yeah,
I know he knows this. I know he knows this stuff as far as the DBs go, but
most of the guys here love him.
Look at where John Harbaugh came from. He was like a quality control coach with Philadelphia. He was a quality control coach, then a special teams coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was still a special teams coach when he got the special teams coordinator when he got the gig in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And he's just grown from there.
I mean, you look at all these guys. Look at all these guys from the Shanahan coaching tree.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you think about it. Like, God, I'm drawing blanks on all their names. LA's coach, right? Mike
McVay,
McDaniels. You talk about what's his name? He was the coach. I think he was the coach in Washington for a while. He's a younger brother. He's the younger brother of God, what is his freaking name? Anyways, there's been like 6 coaches that have come from the Shanahan tree that have been head coaches at some point. Now, I'm not saying they're
such a fan. I'm such a fan of that guy, man. I'd back that truck up for him.
Oh my God.
And people say what they want, but that dude, he just gets the most out of his players. He's offensive. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hook him, baby. I mean, he's a former Longhorn. What's not to love about him?
This is true.
What's not to love about him? But like the guy, he knows the X's and O's of offense, and he always makes the right hire. Like he drafted Mr. Irrelevant, and he's on a like look at the contract.
He's on his second contract. He's making big money because he's a talented kid.
He brought in Mac Jones, and Mac Jones is probably going to end up getting a starting gig next year. He's not going to be back.
Probably is
San Fran, right?
Probably is.
So he knows what he's doing, talent evaluator wise. Like when they drafted what's his name, the backup that was here last year, Lance. They didn't want him. They wanted Mac Jones. Yeah. He didn't want him. That was not his decision to draft Trey Lance. He wanted Mac Jones, and they're like, no.
Probably went John Lynch. Probably went above his head with John Lynch, but
he did.
Yeah,
and they were like, yeah, you're not doing that again.
They generally work pretty well together, but that was not one of John Lynch's finer moments.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I think that there's some good openings there. I think you see some potential. If you're going to Tennessee, you've got a former number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward, who did show some flashes this year. That team around him was inadequate. It's very inadequate.
Garbage would be the word you're looking for.
Yeah. And I think some of these guys, Pete Carroll's probably going to be done. He's pretty getting up there, and they didn't have it there. The Raiders have a chance now to reset and get that number 1 pick, which is most likely going to be Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah,
would shock me to see them screw it up and draft Dante Moore. But I haven't done enough scouting on Dante Moore. I shouldn't say that because I haven't done enough scouting on him.
Here's the thing: it's an underwhelming quarterback class. Yeah. Fernando Mendoza, he's a dork. Like, that's the best thing I can say. Like, he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. But the dude, he's a twiggy alien, awkward kid. Like, the kid went to Cal and then ended up going to IU. And like, he's a smart kid. He's a nice kid. But like, when you look at the kid, you're like, dude, like, you should not be a quarterback. You should be like a statistician,
an accountant.
Like the dude is just. But
all I know is I watched him carve up Alabama.
Okay.
Granted, that's not the typical Bama team, but he carved them up, dude.
That wouldn't have happened if that was Saban. That's all I'm going to say, right? Kalen DeBoer's teams are soft as pig shit. That's all I'm going to say. But, I digress. I digress. But, he is probably going to be QB1 off the board. I would imagine he's probably going – and – I would assume that Tom Brady's going to get a say-so there. I would assume that he's going to pick him over Dante. And then who would be QB3? Would it be Ty Simpson? Because I think he's declared. Ty
Simpson. I saw that he declared for the draft today. So that's most likely, unless something changes, he's going to be QB3.
So we get to this year, since this is we're several months into this now. We're gonna get to talk about draft stuff. Man, that's gonna be fun. Yeah. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
You and I both love that. We've been
speaking of nerds.
Yeah, that's kind of where we nerd out is the football stuff.
Yeah, that's
the draft stuff and we kind of go a little
not that Jerry ever listens to me, but man, if he did,
oh boy. let's get into it. There were some other coaches around the league. Not just the head coaches got fired. I mean, the Redskins, they got rid of excuse me, Commanders. That's hard for me.
Thank you.
The majority of my life, but they let go of both their coordinators.
Yeah.
Joe Witt Jr. on the defensive side, and Mr. Coach Pretty, Cliff Kingsbury. he said that they sat down and they talked. Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury sat down and talked about their visions. That Dan Quinn told Cliff Kingsbury the vision that he had for Jaden Daniels in the future, and that kind of didn't line up. So I guess DQ said it was time to go.
Meant. Like, what does that mean?
I don't know. I think he would be perfect for a Kingsbury system.
Right? Like Mahomes, he's semi-mobile. Like Daniels is a lot more mobile than Mahomes was, but like,
oh yeah,
he's got an arm. He's smart. Like,
yeah,
he just got hurt this year. He probably shouldn't have played. But anyways, yeah.
Atlanta's not a totally unfortunate job. Because I mean, you got the best running back in the league, in my opinion. There, and granted, it's not just hyperbole. Bijan Robinson has proved that this year. He's
fantastic,
phenomenally talented to run the ball, catch the ball. There's not a whole lot he can't do.
Yeah,
but there's some dumpster fires that I don't know that I would get involved in.
Cleveland. I would not touch Cleveland. I would not touch Tennessee with a 10-foot pole.
Cleveland, Arizona's kind of a dumpster fire right now. Murray, they don't love Kyler Murray out there, and.
So here's the thing, right? Like if you're a coach looking for your first coaching job, right? Your first head coaching job, you know, if I had my pick of the litter, definitely would not even interview for Tennessee. I wouldn't touch Oakland. See, there I go, right? With the whole Redskins thing. I would not touch the Raiders. I would not touch the Raiders. I would not touch Tennessee. Wouldn't touch Cleveland because, you know, they're Cleveland. You know, they let Stefanski go, who was a 2-time coach of the year. You know, their problem was, and I hate to say this as a diehard Texas fan, they should have never let Baker go, dude. You know, Baker got hurt. Yeah. Baker got hurt, and he was never able to overcome that. So, you know, man, I just it's going to be interesting because the carousel in college football was interesting. The carousel in the NFL is going to be interesting as well.
And let's when we come back here, let's get into. We're going to be going to break here soon. Let's get into the playoff games real quick, and then we'll go full on with the college football.
Okay.
What do you say?
Yeah, when we get back, we'll jump into NFL playoff games, and then we'll jump into college football playoff, and we will talk about the transfer portal, also known as free agency, and the litany of issues that has come up. And man, it's the Wild West out there right now, dude. Like, it's going to be crazy. So when we come back, we'll get into all that. We still got a lot to talk about.
If you're trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Attention all business owners and creative minds. Do you need a unique and personalized touch for your products? Look no further than Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs. We offer custom laser engraving services for a variety of products, including promotional items and corporate or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material. Whether it's a special message, a company logo, or a custom design, Romika Laser Engraving will help you make your mark. And the best part, our prices are affordable and our turnaround time is quick.
I couldn't be happier with the work Romika Laser Engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark.
All right. Welcome back. Just before we jump into it, today's show is brought to you by Ensemble Co-working, Fort Worth's hub for private offices, co-working, meeting space, and virtual mail. Find your perfect workspace at ensemblecoworking.com. Hey, got some breaking news while we were out right there in the portal. I don't know if you saw that Bo Barnes jumped in the portal. Elijah Bo Barnes. Did you see that earlier?
I saw that. I saw that earlier. Yeah.
Well, he spoke with Will Muschamp. Looks like he's not getting in the portal anymore.
Holy crap!
So,
we've been hemorrhaging players. Jordan Washington, are one of our young tight ends. He jumped in there. Everybody's freaking jumping in.
We'll talk about that after the NFL because there's a lot to talk about. So let's talk NFL playoff matchups and we'll jump into college.
All right, man. Let's get into this. There's a couple of matchups I like, and we're going to go through the list of all the games this week, but I'll highlight those. You got the Rams. They're having to go to Carolina. Carolina's a 4 seed at 8 and 9. The Rams are a vastly better team. Now, granted, Carolina did beat them a few weeks ago, but I don't think that's going to happen again. They're not playing super good right now. The Rams are playing solid, and they're getting Devontae Adams back.
Playing for
I
keeps.
think that's bad. I think it's bad news for Carolina.
Yeah.
But I will say this: the point spread's 10.5. I think that's too big a number.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's close, but LA is too much for them.
I think
Carolina's ahead of where they're supposed to be. Canales is a good coach.
I think they'll keep it under 10 or around 10. I don't think it's going to get them.
It's probably going to be a touchdown game. Maybe, Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and you got some more genuine hate going. One of the better rivalries in the NFL with the Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears meet for the third time.
Go Bears!
You know me. I'm married into a Packers family, and I already had my son-in-law is a huge Packer fan. I would love to see them win this game because
the Packers.
On one hand, it's tough for me because the worse the Bears are, the better the worse the Packers are, the better the Cowboys pick is that they've got from them. Yeah. But I also don't like Chicago, and so while I'm hoping for an upset here, I'm probably going to pick the Bears in a freaking super close game that would not surprise me, and I hope to be wrong.
It's a coin flip.
I hope to be wrong.
But I hate Trayvon Diggs. I would love for it to be a close game, and at the very end, Trayvon Diggs blows it for them. That would be great for me. That'd be great.
That wouldn't be terrible. I mean,
you know why? Because Buck Trayvon Diggs. That's why.
Yeah, I get you. My favorite game of this week. There's two of them right here, and they're right there. I got them listed back to back. It's Buffalo going to Jacksonville.
That's gonna be a good one.
Jacksonville is playing extremely well. Trevor Lawrence is playing as good as he has, and that's a big part of that's going to Liam Cohen.
Liam Cohen, he's that guy.
Probably coach it a year this year. Yep. My opinion. But they got them turned around. They won their division. They're a good football team. I don't know, man. That's going to be a tough game. Buffalo's actually favored, I think. Yeah, they're favored by a point and a half. And I'm going to go with Buffalo in this one. Another one that wouldn't surprise me either way.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a fun game, but I trust in Buffalo's playoff experience a little bit more than what Jacksonville has going on.
But man, just real quick, it seems like there's something off with Buffalo this year, doesn't it? Like it just seems like there's something off, man. I don't know.
They have got to find a number one receiver for that man. Since Diggs left, there's just not.
Yeah.
But the other game I really like is Philly and the 49ers. I hate both teams, obviously. I love I love the 49ers coach and some of their players. And, there's a couple of Philly guys that I like on that team, but I hate both their organizations. I really do.
Yeah.
Because they're, obviously huge Cowboy rivals. Philly's the 3 seed and they're 4.5 point favorite. Man,
I don't see it.
I'm avoiding that game like the plague if I'm betting.
Yeah, if I'm betting, I would not touch that, dude. I would not touch that game.
That is too close to call right there.
Yeah, it's too close to call. I don't trust Philly's offense, but I also, you never know when AJ Brown's when he's gonna go off, and you never know when Jalen Hurts is gonna decide to learn how to play football again. Like
when AJ doesn't pout and he just plays pissed off. Yeah. That's a scary.
And then Philly's defense is always an X factor because they've got probably a top 3 defensive coordinator in the NFL. Like it's unbelievable. So yeah, it's a good weekend for football for sure.
It is
for sure.
New England and the Chargers at New England's going to be a fun game. I would go New England there.
Yeah,
but Chargers,
I think that's the coach of the year right there, dude. Vrabel, man.
Yeah,
he's done a bang up job.
Yeah, one of the best records in the league, and then you got Texans, Pittsburgh. I know that's only a 3 point. It's in Pittsburgh since Pittsburgh lucked out and won that division thanks to a missed field goal. God. That Texans defense is just too much. I think they're going to eat Pittsburgh's line for lunch.
Yeah,
and I think Houston's offense will do enough to win that game.
You think Rodgers retires after this year?
I don't, man. He doesn't look terrible. He's proven that he can still be a game manager.
Yeah.
He may hang him up, but to me, he's proven that he can still play.
You think he goes back to Pittsburgh?
If they want him back, I think he will.
Okay. All right.
I think he will. But that's all I got for right now, man. Let's get into some college football.
Okay.
Buddy. What do you got?
All right, so we're gonna talk college football playoff real quick, and then we'll jump into the portal because the portal I think is the most fascinating thing.
Are you trying to get more money? Are you jumping in the portal personally? Or
oh no. I said it to one of my Longhorn buddies. I'm in a group with a bunch of Longhorn insiders, and I'm like, dude, my kid would play at Texas for free. Man. You give him a scholarship. We don't need NIL. Give me clothes and give me room and board. We're playing a scholarship. We're playing. We're there. I'm there. I'm there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need NIL. I make money. I'm good. I'm
just like I still got some eligibility left. In case y'all need me.
My son just needs a scholarship. That's all he needs. Let's go. Get it. I'm cheap. I'm cheap.
There you go.
So, all right. So we got Indiana, Oregon, and we got Ole Miss, Miami, right? Man, so Indiana and Oregon been in the top 5 basically all season, right? Let's just leave it at that. The biggest difference between Indiana and other teams that they play, Indiana does not make mistakes, especially on defense.
Nope.
And that's why Kurt Cignetti is the best coach in college football right now.
He reminds me well coached.
You can tell he coached with Saban, right? He is that guy. His the expressions on his face do not change. Good, bad, and different. They're up by 30, and he's over there like this on the sideline. No expression. It's like Belichick, right? Except he's got somewhat of a personality, apparently. I win. Google me. Like I'll
hey
never.
Man, just ask him.
He'll tell you.
He wins.
He'll tell
Bottom
you.
line, baby, he wins.
He's
Al Davis would love him.
Oh yeah, he'd love him.
He just wins.
He like Indiana. He went to Indiana, and they've been in the college football playoffs in consecutive years. The people don't understand. They were hot garbage before he got there. That's putting it lightly. They have not been to a bowl game since like 91 or some shit like that. Like it was ridiculous.
I think they were like top 5 all time in the NCAA football in losses.
Yeah.
It's Indiana is, I will tell you this, much like Vandy being in the SEC, they're not a pushover anymore.
Right.
The NIL, the money they got, Vandy, the days of, everybody joked Vandy was in the SEC.
Those are doctors and lawyers, dude. Those are smart folks, dude.
Vandy was in the SEC just to raise the grade point average. That is no longer the case. Just like Indiana being a basketball school, that is no longer the case.
Yep.
Indiana's a football school right now.
I don't think it's a blowout because Oregon is talented. Dan Letting's a good young coach.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's a blowout by any means, but I definitely think that Indiana wins by no less than 10 points. It's
Okay.
probably going to be close through the first half,
Yeah.
and then that not making mistakes is going to catch up to them. And like you watch the Indiana defensive line, they're not very big, but they're angles, man. Like the defensive line angles, they get under those big linemen and they redirect them and they make plays, dude. Like it's unlike anything I've ever. Like if you watch football, start with the Indiana defensive line. Watch all. Not many of them are very big. I don't think they have a guy over 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah.
Right.
What's that? Get skinny. They know how to get skinny and get in those gaps.
That's right. Get skinny, get in the gap. Right. They're just good at it. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And,
Fantastic.
but the difference is they're experienced. They've got a lot of juniors and seniors on that team. That's why they don't make a lot of mistakes. They don't have a bunch of freshmen and sophomores and
a lot of transfer portal guys.
Like if you look at the NIL that they're paying those guys, like they're not paying a whole crap ton of money to those guys. They're paying guys that want to win, right? So
I did hear something from local ties, somebody that's kicking in some money there, the NIL money. One Mark Cuban,
who happens to be an alum.
He does happen to be an alum. So
I did see that.
And he also happens to be a billionaire, and I've heard he is kicking a little bit of money. So
yeah,
I just want to know if we can get that Texas Tech booster to enter the portal and come to Texas.
Man, I don't want any, dude. Cody Campbell, man, to hell with that guy. So on to Ole Miss, Miami. Yeah. I have a feeling Ole Miss's luck is going to run out.
That Miami is defense. Their lines, both of their lines.
Bain and then the other guy on the other end. I can't pronounce his name because I'm a little slow, but I think it's a coin flip, right? But I don't trust Carson Beck. I don't. He's a game manager at best in college. Yeah. So I think if he gets the opportunity to F this up, he will. That's why I think Ole Miss has a chance, right? And Trinidad Chambliss is a baller, right? They're playing pissed off because the way that Lawhn left, like they're playing with a chip on their shoulder.
And he let them coach, and he let some of the guys coach in the playoff game, the last playoff game. But now some of those guys aren't going to be allowed to coach in this game.
Yeah, Lane's kind of a bitch. I'm just.
He start. Either you let him coach the whole thing, or you don't.
And he gave him an ultimatum. Hey, if you want to stay and coach, that's fine, but you won't have a job here if you do that. And Golding is trying to encapsulate that scorched earth, mentality and say, hey, he left you guys. You stay here. Let's win this because he bailed on you. I'm still here. I want to win. And they're doing well in the portal right now too.
I just think there's too much turmoil going on within that program with the coaches leaving. And too. Miami likes to play bully ball. I haven't seen anybody do that to Ohio State. Miami bullied them on both sides of the ball. They ran the ball down their throat. And it always goes back to that game several years ago with Texas and OU for me when Charlie Strong was coaching. OU should have beat us 10 out of 10 times. And you and I have spoken about this game specifically.
Yep.
Texas beat them because they wanted it more. They beat them in the trenches on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
And it wasn't because of talent. It was because of will and want to.
Yep. Yeah. So they went in there with their heads high and were like, we're going to beat the hell out of these dudes. And we came to play and they're like, uh-oh.
But that's what Miami does with both of those lines. They will steal your soul. They got a first round pick on the offensive line,
and they are very good. They are very good on the offensive.
Well, and Mario Cristobal was a former O-line coach, so the man knows what he's doing.
And his offensive line coach is a former high school teammate of his too. He's a good friend of his, and he's a great coach as well. Either way, whoever wins that game, I think they're playing for second place because I think Indiana's winning the national championship. I'm calling a shot. So
I do too.
All right. On to the transfer portal, dude.
Yes, sir.
All right. So it's the wild, wild west. And the story I want to talk about first, did you hear about the Demond Williams Jr. deal?
I did.
The Washington quarterback?
I didn't.
Okay. So the Washington quarterback signs a deal to return to Washington last week, right? Yesterday, he goes into the portal. Like, he signed a deal with Washington to return last week. And then yesterday he jumps into the portal. So they're like, dude, what the hell? What are you doing here? Right. So my gut tells me that that's Lane Kiffin, because Lane Kiffin whiffed on Brendan Sorsby, right, which was the Cincinnati quarterback that signed for $5 million to Texas Tech.
I figured he'd try to take Chambliss with him.
Chambliss re-signed with Ole Miss.
Good.
Well, if he gets granted another year of eligibility. I think he's out of
Yeah.
eligibility, but I think they're going to try and do the whole extra year, kind of like Diego Pavia did.
Lane Kiffin's a good football coach, but I don't really like him.
He's a shit human being. I think he's a good football coach. I don't want him anywhere near my program. I think he's a dirtbag. Great football coach. He's funny, but he's kind of he's a dirtbag. And
agreed.
I think people like him, and then Cody Campbell at Texas Tech, that are just throwing money at these kids to bring them in. I honestly feel like there is going to be legislation that comes that stops this
eventually.
At some point. It's
Eventually,
coming.
but
I think Cody Campbell knows it's coming, so he's trying to get a national title to get some sort of influence in West Texas so that they can get people out there, right? I'm not saying that Joey's a bad coach. Joey's a good coach.
Joe McGuire's a damn good coach.
He got his ass beat last week because their offense was awful. I don't think Brendan Sorsby is going to be a difference maker. I think he's a bus driver at best. They replaced Baron Morton with Baron Morton.
Yeah,
in my
they're
opinion.
gonna end up with Cam Coleman, or is he going to frickin' Alabama, or is he going to A&M? Or
it's between Texas and the A&M, and my gut tells me it's probably going to be A&M and I don't think it's going to be because of money. I think he's just a country boy, and he prefers that country boy lifestyle that A&M would give him. If it's about draft positioning, which he claims that's why he left Auburn.
Yeah,
I'm not going to catch balls from Marcel Reed.
I'm not, because they don't even have an offensive coordinator, and Texas has a man that is a renowned offensive mind.
Yeah.
And is known for developing quarterbacks.
He's either talking out of both sides of his mouth, or he's coming up. I mean, he's done very well at keeping the cards close to his chest. Like, he hasn't tipped his hand. Like, he goes to the visit and he follows the best receiver that they have on campus and the quarterback, right? So when he was there, he followed Mario Craver and Marcel Reed. When he was here, he followed, Arch Manning, and he followed Wingo, right? When he went to Tech, I forget what their receiver is, and then he followed Sorsby. Like, he was supposed to go to USC. He canceled that. I really don't think he's going to go to Tech. I don't think he wants to play in the Big 12. I think it's going to be an SEC deal. It's either going to be Texas or Texas A&M.
I heard some smoke today about Alabama.
Yeah,
I don't know how much there is to that.
Because Ty Simpson went to the draft, I don't think he's going to go there, because
that is true. Bama,
it'll be a first time.
Leaving.
It'll be a first time starting quarterback, unless they portal a kid in.
Yeah.
That he wants or something. I mean, it's possible, but you got Ryan Williams on one side and you got Cam on the other. And, with the whole, I've seen people, I've pretty much lived on Twitter the last few days since the portal opened, and Texas fans are freaking out, dude.
Oh, it's been jumping off a ledge time.
And let me explain something to you. It's okay to freak out, because they were saying we were going to spend big in the portal, and Arch Manning took less money, and this and that, and we're having guys leave. Guys, relax. We're bringing in the #1 recruiting class. Okay, we have depth coming in, right? We have depth we still have a top 5 roster, right? What we're doing is we're trimming fat, right? You're paying all these kids starting caliber money to come in, commit, and sit on the bench. I think Sark has realized, because they upped the roster limit to 105 in the SEC. We're not going to carry 105 players at Texas. It's not going to happen. It's still going to stay at 85, around 80, because they lowered it to 75, I think it was. We're probably going to keep 85, which means they're probably going to offer 10 to 15 blue chip players out of high school, and they're going to hit the portal hard. So they're going to develop those younger kids and then hit the portal hard to fill those holes. That's
I
the
have
way.
to admit, I've been frustrated myself, John. So
And that's okay. I'm reading the tea leaves here, and every every school that is interested in Cam Coleman has recruited a receiver, right?
Yeah.
If you've been watching this, Tech has brought in 2 or 3 receivers. A&M's brought in 2 receivers. Guess who hasn't brought in a receiver? Texas. And there's a reason behind that. We've got 2 5-stars sitting on the bench. But you've got Khalil Lockett sitting there. You got Dalen McCutcheon sitting there. You got Jamie French sitting there.
Yeah.
Right. So not only that, you got Ryan Wingo, right, who had a better season last year. He had some drop problems, but he's going to get better in theory, right? So the point is, right, we're trying to improve. That's the reason we let Parker Livingstone walk. Now, that being said, people are tampering, right? Texas tampered. There was Jaden Ball, right? There was Isaac Brown. There were the 2 Michigan linemen. We whiffed on all those guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, technically, Isaac Brown and Jaden Ball didn't technically go into the portal, right? They decided to stay. And then there was the Woods kid, the defensive end from Florida. He decided to stay at Florida as well. So hats off to Florida for retaining those guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? But, dude, we are day 4 or day 5 of the portal opening. There are going to be more people entering the portal. My opinion, right, you need 1, maybe 2 running backs, right? Depending on if because they're saying that Christian Clark may jump in the portal, right? Depending on how much money he wants and his role, right? Because you're bringing in a freshman, right? They're recruiting Raleek Brown, right? Super jitterbug type, freaky athlete, similar to Jadon Blue, right?
Hopefully we can end up with him because I saw that a couple of days ago and then I haven't heard anything since then.
He's there today. He's there today.
Good.
And
Good.
Jaluk went out yesterday to visit him, and then he flew in today.
Yeah. Good.
So, so I'm plugged in with this shit. So I keep track of it.
Yeah. I want some linemen, John. I want some fat guys.
So
now I like the fat guy that we signed on the D line. That dude's he's the size of a mountain.
Big old boy. I like
now
that. They brought in Zion Williams.
Casey
came in too.
Casey Hampton. It's giving me Casey Hampton vibes.
Yeah, he's a big old run stuffer. Like he's that zero technique that Muschamp likes to run. And then there's the big guard from Wisconsin that jumped in the portal. Supposedly it's between Texas and Indiana.
Missouri?
Indiana.
Yeah.
And then there are some lower level guys. There's the all conference Sun Belt guy from Texas State. I think he's kind of if we swing and miss on everybody, he's a guy that we could bring in. But listen, I think there are still guys in the playoffs that we could bring. They're bringing in a defensive tackle from Miami, right?
Yeah.
That's portaling, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot on, and people are freaking out about the attrition on defense. We just changed defensive coordinators. He's going to want guys that fit his prototype, right?
Facts.
They let Leona LaFau walk because they want a bigger linebacker, right? So the Christian Allegrio guy, the Wisconsin linebacker that they like, he reminds me quite a bit of Leighton Vander Esch, the way he plays. He's sideline to sideline. He's big. He's Leighton Vander Esch without the neck injury, right? They were talking about the Cade Uvalde kid from Cal.
Yeah.
He's supposed to come in for a visit, so that's some more depth. They're bringing Bo Barnes back now. That makes me feel a hell of a lot better.
Because he's an up and comer.
But what they were doing, the reason you're having some of these younger kids that are leaving, they're going back to these kids and asking them, hey, you haven't played, you haven't contributed. We need some of that money back. And they're getting pissed off and jumping into the portal. So it's a combination of buyer's remorse / you're not performing, we need money back so we can get better. And it's not because Texas doesn't have money. You gotta be smart with your money. You can't just you can't just overextend. They went with the youth move this year and they went 10-3 because of it, because they trusted the youth and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna say it once more, right? Kyle Flood, my eye is on you. This is it for you, some bitch. You better figure something out. Because there's no more excuses. You get 5-star kids. He's churned out. Like if Gooseby, they're saying Gooseby's coming back. If Gooseby goes out next year, if he came out this year, he'd be a top 10 pick. If he goes out next year, he's going to be a top 10 pick. So that's 2 top 10 offensive tackles in the last 3 years. Develop some interior offensive linemen, right? That's what you need to do. Real quick on Parker Livingstone, right?
Mm.
He tried to come out and say he was a victim. Like they tried to force me out. No, you're not a victim, dude. They tried to give you a more than fair offer. You just didn't like what they were hearing, that they wanted to upgrade at the position. And part of that was because you didn't perform. You got the opportunity and you didn't perform all the time.
He
Right?
has his moments, but overall, no.
Right. I'm not saying he was a bad player. He's going to be good for Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he's not going to go up there and be 1,000-yard receiver. He's not going to do that because that's not the type of player he is. He's going to make plays, right? He's going to dominate against weaker competition, right? If Mateer can get him the ball, that is. But
I would have thought Indiana. I thought Indiana would have been a great spot for him. I really.
But
did.
there was a reason he walked, and it's probably because they didn't offer him anything close. They're like, yeah, we'll give you $200,000 or whatever it is. And he's like,
I was told it was actually close on money.
Indiana was.
No, no, I was talking about Oklahoma. So
yeah, I think Texas offered him like 600 or 700, and Oklahoma offered him 8. I think what it was is he wanted to be a 1, and he's not going to be a 1 if we're going after Cam Coleman and Wingo's here. And you got Dalen McCutcheon and Jamie French and Khalil Lockett, Ryan Niblett. You know, the list goes on and on and on. You know, listen, don't freak out. You know, we're going to be fine. Everything's fine. The building's not on fire. Trust me. Sark knows what he's doing. He's trying to operate. He's trying to get leaner. Everything's going to be okay. I promise you that. Everyone else is freaking out. I'm not freaking out.
Did we ever hear? Was there any movement on the Blake Gideon thing? Him coming back to Texas?
He's coming back. Yeah, he's coming back.
I wasn't sure. I didn't know if they had finalized that or not.
I don't think they've announced it yet, but yeah, I think they're still working on terms and everything. He's coming back to work with Champ. Coach Blood, man. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Bro, great show tonight.
Sir.
We'll talk to you soon.
See you next week. Love you guys.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices.